Hello, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome home. We're going to jump right into the energy because there's so much going on. We're going to start with runes. There's a lot that wants to come out channel-wise as we do, so let's go. Wunjo. Kinship, heritage, and joy. Rado. It's a chariot, like a wheel turns with Rado. So it's the Wheel of Fortune, it's the chariot. Sometimes it carries a bit of a tower energy, but definitely Wheel of Fortune chariot energy, like something is a rousing success and it moves forward. That's magic. Again, depending on what else is around it. And then Ingas, this is like a joining. You can even see in the runes, it's two becoming one there. So that's twin flame, that's a divine relationship. With Wunjo out here is kinship as well. There's a connection here that's divine. And it's moving forward. You know, this is dreams are significant again. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest behind for the next person. The last reading I talked about a storm that was so big. It's like something is big for the world, but people are protected. Some people are protected. You guys, we have 2 eclipses this month. I know I haven't talked to you guys about the Astro Diary because that's on Patreon. So if you're here not on Patreon, you don't know, I do a monthly energy forecast called the Astro Diary. It's over there on Patreon because sometimes energy forecast requires me to go a little bit deeper than this platform would like, especially during these times. Okay, so this month in August is not only are we in the Lion's Gate now, and again, for those of you who follow cosmology, you follow astrology, you know a little bit of astronomy. The Lion's Gate, is that something on my mouth? Oh, it is. What is that? Yeah, better. The Lion's Gate happens every year. It peaks on August 8th. Tomorrow is the peak, but the gateway, the portal opens way back in July. Okay, so if you are in sync and alignment with this energy, you've already been riding waves for weeks, and it peaks tomorrow and then it'll gradually taper off. Okay, this year, along with the Lion's Gate, which is August 8th, okay, we have 2, not 1, 2 eclipses this month. We have one on August 12th. We have another with the full moon on August 27th. Okay, again, you guys, this YouTube channel is like, it's kind of like the front porch of my house. All right, so when you meet me here, we're sitting on the front porch. Today I'm drinking iced mocha latte. Hope you got something delicious too. And usually if I can be outside like today, we're gonna sit on the porch. Okay, it rained last night, so it's a beautiful 88 degrees out here. Thank you. But you don't have to stay on my front porch. You can come in the house. You can come to the living room. You can come into my kitchen. You can come into my garden. Welcome to the house. Okay? But here on the front porch, we keep it cute. Because, you know, neighbors, people be passing by. We're not going to share all our business on the front porch. Y'all know how this go. Okay? We talk about some things on the front porch. But if you want to go deeper, you got to come in the house. Okay? That energy I was picking up on yesterday, like whatever this is, it's so big, it's like the whole world. That's that eclipse at the end of the month. That eclipse is like pinging Uranus, which is having a field day with us right now. We just had Uranus move out of Taurus into Gemini. So these 2 eclipses, they're like bookends for us energetically, especially on the heels of the Lion's Gate. It's like this Lion's Gate, again, if you're in alignment, you're already downloading codes from the great central sun through our sun. Okay, but that eclipse on the 12th is literally going to, like, it's like you download the codes in the gate, but that eclipse on the 12th is a seal. It's a seal of these codes, and anything and everything in your life that is not frequency aligned with the codes you just downloaded, it's like, you guys, you know how you exfoliate when you slough off dead skin? It's like things will be sloughed off. Okay, by the time we get to that full moon eclipse, child, on the 27th. And that was in Pisces. I just really want y'all to know how significant your dreams are at this time. Okay, you having dreams, they're prophetic. If you see something in your dream, you need to pay attention. You need to write it down. If you not, you need to have a dream journal. Okay, it's for real out here. It is for real out here. This is a thing today. This energy represents fear, codependency, doubt, self-sabotage. That's what this represents. Now, it's the zodiac energy of Capricorn. But if you look carefully, this is about being chained in bondage especially through your lower chakras. Okay, so solar plexus, sacral, root chakra, but at its lowest vibration, that's the devil energy. Okay, so in tarot, please know this is a modality, okay, that is used by interpreting symbols. Kind of one way to put what tarot is. In a reading, there may be someone in your life that you're like, yeah, they are the devil. Oh yeah, you're like, I got some of them too. But mostly it's representing where we've stopped ourselves, where we're afraid, where we've taken a limiting belief and we've built our personality around it. That's devil energy. Okay. The other thing that's coming through is, spiritual warfare. So I don't know about you guys, but I think I've shared with you guys, I've been in this fight. First, you guys, my kids are finally old enough I can show them Star Wars. So what do? We started at the beginning, the Phantom Menace. A while, right? And now, last night we finished The Force Awakens. We're on episode 8 next. Okay. My kids are loving it. They're like, oh my gosh, right? I wish that somebody had told me when I was younger about spiritual warfare, because I was born into it. I was one of those kids that had sleep paralysis. I always, I'd wake up with some dark presence holding me down, and again, you guys, I was born into a very conservative home, and so I didn't really get much cleaning house. 37 giving us the number 10, or the number 1, a new beginning, starting over, but with a clean slate. I didn't really understand what I was experiencing. I had to get older and choose a path of spirituality to be then in a position where I could gain deeper understanding into what I was experiencing as a child. Okay. I'm not doing that to my kids. I'm being very upfront with my kids. Hey, this is the world. This is what it looks like. When you see this, and this happening, there's a spiritual influence behind it. I want my kids to be able to not only be responsible for themselves and their own holistic health, but also be mindful of the people they're around, be mindful of the company they keep. I have a son and a daughter. My son is turning 8, my daughter is turning 10. And so I'm already having conversations with my son called, hey, this is what it looks like to be a man. It's not just, oh, you're going to go to work and provide. It's, can you be a safe space for feminine energy? And that also includes when you are around other men who are not safe for women, who will you be? These are the conversations that matter. These are the conversations that are going to move this. These are the conversations that are going to move the ball down the court for everybody. Okay. And the only reason we're in the situation we are globally when it comes to all of it, okay, is because people have been refusing to do this. Conversation I told you I'm gonna teach you what I'm teaching my kids. This is the conversation I had with my kids this morning. This energy is prevalent, but it's not the master energy. It pretends it's the master energy. It's not the master energy. And what we all have the responsibility of doing is this on a daily basis, so that this energy does not prevail, so that this energy is not the prevailing energy. If you are doing this will never be the prevailing energy in your life. Okay? Whether this is environments, people, jobs, relationships, habits, whatever. Let me get 2 more, please. Here's my 2 more. Empty well, time to replenish. The number 16, giving us the number 7. But hey, we could just take a 7 here with a covenant or a sacred contract. Now this is echoing again a recent reading we did, right? Where we're talking about contracts, covenants. Do you know that that's what's happening? And I've spoken to you guys before about covert contracts, okay? Well, this in particular is saying it's actually time for you to rewrite a contract. You've had, because it's in the runes, whatever. I was actually downloading this in my spiritual bath this morning because it's a Friday. A cycle has completed. Whatever was happening in the past, it won't happen anymore. It can't. It's time for you to have a new contract now. Okay? Now, just like we've talked about before, just because a new contract is available doesn't mean you're going to take it, doesn't mean you're going to sign it, doesn't mean you're going to show up to it, but it's available. Because where you are, it's done. There's nothing else left where you are because of this. This is I've never had these cards come out together, and I really, really, really am loving this. It's like, take the time to clean your house. Clean everything out. Especially if this type of energy is what you've been dealing with, okay? When you do, absolutely recognize that it's time for you to replenish. You don't want another second of whatever the hell this has been. Not if you on this channel. Acknowledge that what you've done is complete. You're not getting any benefit from it anymore. It doesn't serve you. And you actually, remember we've been talking about rock bottom? Like the only way to go is up. If you look at this card is looking up from the bottom of an empty well. Literally looking up into the cosmos. You cannot make this up. Looking right out, see that? Looking right up into, time to sign a new contract with the divine. That's where we're at. I love it. It's really being mirrored in the runes as well. This is a divine contract that your ancestors had actually set up. It's interesting. I was just talking about this with somebody. It's like, I was actually talking about this with a friend of mine who's a builder. Okay. So I love old architecture. I love old cathedrals. I used to live upstate New York, you guys. If you've never been to the capital of New York, if you've never been to Albany, New York, go. The Hudson, the Mohawk, the old, like the architecture, because, New York was built by the Dutch. The capital is gorgeous. I mean, I used to work in Manhattan. Forget all that. Go to Albany. Take the train up from the city, through Poughkeepsie, through Beacon, through all those. Go to Albany. See it's a church because it's Albany, New York, but it's like the churches in Albany are small scale versions of the cathedrals in Europe because some of the same builders did the work. These old builders building these cathedrals, there would be a generation of masons that would lay the foundation for these cathedrals. You think about St. Peter's Basilica, any of these, from Moscow to Paris it doesn't matter, pick one. The foundation is laid during that time. We know over generations, 50, 60, 70 years to lay a foundation. And then they would die. But because back then we learned a trade from our people, the sons and the nephews would come in and they would then build the walls. And then they would die. And then their kids would come build out the rooms. And they would die. And then finally a generation would come and they'd put the roof and the steeple on the cathedral, and they would put the glass in, and the cathedrals that we know now exist. But what we miss as modern people is it took 100, 200, 300 years for some of these cathedrals to go from the patch of dirt to the monument that we see standing today. We can't fathom that because we have our houses built in 2 to 4 weeks now. So we cannot fathom 5 generations to build something. That's what this is, though. Somebody's ancestors has made some type of agreement with the divine a long time ago. And each generation of your bloodline has done their part, trusting that when it got to you, you would have the capacity, the stamina, the strength, the wherewithal to put the ceiling on, put the roof on. That's your job. It's time for you to get that contract. You see what I'm saying? It's time for you to fulfill that oath. That's what we've had a lot of. Wunjo and Athila and Anzus has been in these runes a lot, but that's why. It's all coming together. It's a convergence. I was looking at that this morning. Is it coalescing or is it converging? It's converging. Because coalescing is disparate parts coming together. Convergence is the parts were already together. They just didn't appear as a whole, right? They just weren't seamlessly put. So this is a convergence, all right? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Ancestors, Ascended Masters, those who walk with me every day, thank you for protecting me as I channel messages for this tribe. For showing me what I need to see and telling me what I need to know so I can support this tribe as we live, learn, thrive, and grow. As above, so below, and so it is because it is so. So, I told you guys, if you've been with me at any time over this summer, you know, I was harvesting, I have this little baby lock that I like to play with. I was harvesting Queen Anne's lace out this kind of gully. Okay, so I just got there's my back porch. We're on the back porch, and then there's this little gully with this wild flora and fauna in it, and then a fence, and then the ball fields for the school system here. And I live in a little town. It's so cute. So the schools are here, right? There's the preschool, the elementary school, the high school, the middle school, right there. Look, it's so cute. It's so cute. And that's why in some of the past readings you hear the little T-ball league out here and all that. You hear me talking about them. But anyway, I was harvesting Queen Anne's lace out of this gully for medicine, and then I think a couple weeks ago I showed you guys, I got a new neighbor. You guys, I just watched my neighbor come out of her back porch. She's so great. She's so polite, right? Because she knows about her reading. And she takes her dirty mop water and she just right onto the queen. It's significant. It's significant. Now, you know, the Queen Anne's lace has already gone to seed and died off. So it's no longer blooming in its season. That's why I harvested as much as I did earlier, y'all. And I do have, like, I've got some dried. I got dried flowers. I got big, y'all know them big old mason jars. I've tinctured up a lot of it. I've tinctured up flowers. I've tinctured up root. Okay. Again, Queen Anne's lace is everybody's friend. It is particularly for women during these times. Okay. I will be putting the tincture in my apothecary for those women who are looking for a natural alternative to birth control. All right. So if that's you, if you're tired of your hormones being messed with, using Western medicine, look up wild carrot, look up your Queen Anne's lace, see the benefit of it, and just know I've got some really beautiful stuff coming for the apothecary, in the apothecary for you. I've used it for years. I love it. Love me some Queen Anne's lace. And normally I would have to buy seed, and so it was really a blessing to just watch it spring up in my backyard. And so I did. I harvested so much, and the gully runs the length of this side of the street. So I harvested my backyard lots of Queen Anne's lace and left the neighbors, right? So she threw her mop water in her back patch. But you know, there's something there for me that so much of, as a shaman, I believe that the land provides the medicine that region needs. Okay. where I am right now, there's a lot of mullein and there's a lot of Queen Anne's lace just wild and rampant around here. So that tells me that this region needs a lot of organ support, a lot of liver support. There's also a lot of dock around here, yellow dock and burdock here, but also a lot of respiratory support. So this region that I'm in now, that's what the land just produces. There is a lot of sweet gum here as well. A lot of respiratory here. I'm trying to think, is there any other medicine that's just mimosa? Mimosa is everywhere here. Take what resonates. There was a time when women knew. We knew our plant allies, and we knew how to live with them and to how to utilize them. If you are remembering and you're in the process of remembering, my apothecary is absolutely where you want to be. You guys, I'm not making this up. This is the card that came out. So listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This has been your reading. I know I'll record another one for you guys, but this is your reading. Whatever got said here, something was for you. Whether it's clean your house, sign a new contract, watch out for the upcoming eclipse, be clear about what the devil energy is. I mean, I covered so much in the past 20 minutes, okay? Just know that you are loved. Know that you are safe. Know that you are protected. Okay? I hope this reading brought you some confirmation and clarity. If anything resonated with you, drop me a black heart emoji in the comment section below so I will know. Turn on your post notifications so the next time I drop a read, it will show up on your feed. And take what resonates. Leave the rest behind. In between now and the next time I drop a reading, trust your path, your process, and your purpose. Peace.